UK, hun? Let me tell you now, you definitely not okay, hun. My god, UK Season 7 is in a real horse race against All Stars 10 for the worst drag race season of 2025. Today I'm going to recap the latest episode, Sweety Darlings. I have a lot to say, most of it negative, so without further ado, let's get into it. The queens walk back into the workroom after Viola's elimination, and Nyong Bella feels as though her other sisters aren't seeing her as a threat. Page 3 is trying to convince herself that she's fine getting so close to the win, but always missing out. And Celexa is tired of being overlooked. And yeah, the edit was there. So it's a new week in the competition, and Paige brings awareness to the relationship elephant in the room between Tayrus and Katrin. Katrin is Katrin Feelings for Tayrus. Speaking of, Charity and Octavia just announced their breakup this week. I'm really sad because they were so cute together. At that moment, Rue enters the workroom and announces that for this week's Maxi Challenge, the queens will be starring in Mother Tuckers, a steamy series set in the 1980s. As the winner of last week's challenge, Bones gets to assign the teams. She assembles herself, Celexa, Al, and Paige into Episode 1, Lucky Bitches. She puts Bonnie, Tayrus, and Sally in Episode 2, Tucky Bitches. And she puts Chai, Katrin, and Nyong Bella in Episode 3, Mucky Bitches. When the girls ask Bones how she picked the teams, she says she picked those she has the most fun with. In the rehearsals with Michelle Visage, Paige becomes flustered by her lines. Sally is distracted by Michelle Visage. Michelle Visage is losing Celexa. Bella is getting inside her head but looks Gorgina. Nay. There are a lot of edits flying left and right. On Elimination Day, Tayrus opens up about her traumatic childhood and how her sister took care of her when their mother was negligent. They were put into a care system where Tayrus was molested by her carer. This is so sad and messed up. I can only imagine the resentment that Tayrus would feel towards her mother, who was supposed to protect her from things like this. And also her poor sister, who would have had to have grown up a lot faster than she should have, shouldering all these responsibilities. Thank you for sharing, Tayrus. You're so brave. We love you. So on the main stage this evening, we have RuPaul looking gorgeous in this classic gold gown. We have Michelle Visage, Alan Carr, and extra special guest judge Jane Horrocks. Category is AbFab Night of 1,000 Sweety Darlings, and I gave my top 2 to Sally TM. It's so cute and interesting. Obviously, I didn't understand any of these references. I've never watched AbFab before, but there seems to be a big theme of cigarettes. So it's time for Mother Tuckers, and the mystery co-star is none other than Alan Carr himself, like you've never seen him before. In episode 1, the standout for me was Page 3. She delivered her saucy lines perfectly. In episode 2, the standout for me was Sally. The accent and the look was so ridiculous, it worked. Although, if I'm being perfectly honest, the real winner of the Maxi Challenge was Alan Carr. In episode 3, the standout for me was Katrin. But honestly, I thought this was one of the strongest groups out of all of them. I was really invested in the story of episode 3. It also made me laugh the most. So it's time for the judges' critiques. Page 3, Al, Bones, and Tayrus are all made safe, meaning the rest represent the tops and bottoms of the week. And this was the first stone thrown, because I don't understand why Paige was safe. I thought she was great. I think she deserved to be in the top and maybe even win. But that wasn't the only crime committed here today. First up is Celexa, and unfortunately she is in the bottom. What's weird though is she was really praised for her performance, which should be the main thing. But it seemed this week that runways decided to matter all of a sudden, and they thought hers was too safe. Sally is told she was very funny and camp in her performance. It was the worst accent, making it that much funnier. They liked her avant-garde runway despite not recognizing the reference. Bonnie and Clyde is told she was the real actor of the group. She took direction well and was professional. She is called a natural comic, and they loved her runway as Patsy. Thursday. Chai Tea Grande is next, and they were impressed at how much she went for it. However, they wanted something extra from her. I think Chai did really well. I highly disagree with this. Her runway was gorgeous too. Now, this is where it gets a little bit confusing because Nyong Bella is put in the bottom, and I'm not really sure why. They were laughing during her performance, saying that she was funny and she really went for it. All they really said was they wanted her to present more to the cameras, but it wasn't bad by any means. And they also say that her look is really beautiful and that it's nice to see somebody do Sappy. But they were confused why she presented Sappy as sad. And if that's the issue and that's why she was put in the bottom, that's more than nitpicking. That's ridiculous. Katrin is told that she took notes really well and made the performance over the top to the point of perfection. I know I said last week that I thought she should have been in the bottom, but I do agree with her being in the top this week. They liked her look and physicality on the runway as well. Back in Untucked, Paige is pissed at flying under the radar, and Nyong Bella is very disheartened about her journey on Drag Race so far. The truth is, she's done very well every single week. It's just that in Drag Race UK, the POC queens are the scapegoats for some reason. Back on the main stage, Bonnie and Clyde is made the winner. I agree, honestly, it was an even playing field between herself, Sally, and Katrin. Chai is made safe, leaving Bella and Silly to lip sync it out. And honestly, I can't believe Chai was ever in the bottom to begin with. Her bottom placement made no sense to me. She was so funny, she had a great runway, I don't know what the judges were talking about. So Celexa and Nyong Bella performed to Pearls by Jessie Ware. And Bella was giving it everything that she had. Unfortunately, the cameras decided not to focus on her. And that just tells me that they had already made up their mind. They were looking for a reason to get rid of her. And so Nyong Bella sachets away. I really loved her exit line. Bella, I'm going to miss you. You've become a friend. Keep shining. I know this isn't the last we've seen of you. And I apologize for these outrageous production decisions. And so, my friends, what did you think of this week's episode? Did you agree with the judges? Because I certainly didn't. The win, sure, but the bottoms, absolutely not. I felt so bad for Chai and for Bella. And I also think Paige should have been in the top. Next week is a talent show featuring Lavoie. I want to believe that Drag Race UK Season 7 is going to improve, but I've been very disappointed so far. It's also lacking a storyline at the moment. It has no direction. I don't know who they want to take the crown, which is not a bad thing. It's kind of nice to be kept guessing and have no clue, but it also feels a bit messy. It's a bit all over the place. It just doesn't feel like this season is getting the love and care that it deserves. But as always, let me know what you think, and I'll be back very soon with another video.